diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and we are presented by the Hula Bowl. Today I have with me Clarence Hicks. He's an outside linebacker for the undefeated UTSA. How's it going, man?
Going good. It's going good.
So yeah, like I had mentioned, you guys are rolling this year, probably having the season of a lifetime, setting records, really astounding fans and such. But before we get to all that and you as a player, let's just kind of get your background, if you don't mind. Kind of tell me like where you're from and just kind of walk us through that whole story about, you getting to UTSA.
I'm from Pensacola, Florida. It's in the Panhandle. Out of high school, I went JUCO to Hutchinson, Kansas. I did 2 years there. I was a sack leader my sophomore year. I wasn't a high recruit just because of my size at the end, because my whole life I played the end. I always had my hand in the dirt. So, a lot of schools didn't really know, because they knew if they recruited me, I was going to go to like linebacker. So they didn't really know, just how I was going to be able to adjust to it. And honestly, I didn't really know myself, but UTSA, I want to say, because I signed really, really late. Like I was supposed to sign in February of 2018, but I ended up February 2019, but I ended up signing in July of 2019 to UTSA. I just hit up my old coach, Coach Wright, that I always followed and always followed me. He was at ECU first, recruited me there, and then we just kept like in touch. And I just told him I need a home, because I had already. I just wanted to go to a big school. Things didn't work out, so ended up getting here, and things worked out really well.
Yeah, I mean, things are rolling right now. I mean, again, just having one hell of a season. I think you guys are ranked now too, right? Like for the first time, like ever, ain't it? Right?
First time ever.
So definitely putting everybody on notice as to your guys' program. So yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, you had kind of grown up, kind of playing with your hand in the dirt, defensive end. But for a guy your size, about 6'2", 230, it's not necessarily what we want to have you doing. I mean, we were looking at you as a potential prospect to, bring to the next level. I mean, and so that's kind of the reason why, again, like I'm looking at you as an outside linebacker. So
yeah.
Tell me about you as a prospect. What do you feel like is one of the best things that you got going for yourself as a prospect? So tell me about yourself as an athlete there at UTSA.
One of the best things about me, I think, just what my blitz. I'm a very good blitzer, and I've always naturally had that. And I really think I can do everything. Just being honest, like I do a lot of things. I play man coverage, I blitz, just everything really. Like I'm in man coverage with number 2 receivers. I just bring a lot to the table. It ain't really too much that my coach can't get out of me.
That's interesting. So obviously dropping into coverage a little bit, but I think a lot of people know you as a sack artist. I mean, you already got 6 sacks on you this season. I mean, albeit again, that's 8 games in. So I mean, whoever's watching this video, like a couple months down the line, I mean, you gotta double check that number because it's probably going to go up. But on pace for a great season there as a pass rusher. Probably going to end up translating as a Sam at the next level. Does that sound about right? Does that sound fair?
Yes.
So,
Yes,
like, when you yourself look at players playing in the NFL right now, is there maybe a player that you strive to be or look at or study his film?
I would say I love. I'll say Devin White, just because me and him, like, our speed is like we both have that in common, like very like just take off speed, like the acceleration, not too much just like running 30 yards downfield and trying to hit 22 miles per hour, but just a quick acceleration to get to the ball. And I feel like he got an eye for a nose for the ball, and I got a nose for the ball as well.
Cool. So I mean, obviously a guy who's really well respected, doing some great things in the league, and Devin White. So cool. So let's kind of work a little bit towards like you actually playing. So let's talk a little bit about your kind of weekly preparation. So when you're preparing for your team, which thankfully now we're sitting down. This is one of your bye weeks, so we got time to do this. But when we're looking at like a typical week for you, kind of break things down for me there. Like when we're looking at what you're doing, film room, weight room. What's kind of your typical?
My typical is after the game on that following Sunday, I got to hit the weight room right after meetings. So meetings will be done around like 6:30 at night. So I go to the weight room. I'll probably do like 4 to 5 sets of leg press. I do 4 to 5 sets of this thing called pick shark. I do about 4 to 5 sets of bench. I feel like it just get my body back loose, and like just a good pump up for the week start. And then on Mondays, I go to the weight room and I do some balance things. I do some eye coordination things. I do like just some small stretches. Stretch a lot actually. Just small things like that. And then Tuesdays practice. After practice, I get extra work in every day after practice. Just little things I just try to tweak on. Like I just take things from the game and whatever I feel like I didn't do so well, I go and do it. Like I have a thing, like I like to do it like 20 to 30 times, not even fast, just like just making it a habit. I just try to get myself into habits of doing the right thing. And I like to run like 2 sprints after practice, like 2 20-yard sprints, just to always keep my speed up to date. And then Wednesdays, kind of the same flow. Thursdays, we lift on Thursdays as well as Tuesdays. Thursdays after weights, I just like to I get like a lot of the neck machine, prevent like concussions, just neck injuries and stuff like that. I love doing that. And Thursdays, I do my band workout. I do a band workout, something quick. And then Fridays, when we doing walkthrough, I kind of just, visualize the game already, like see myself, what play that my coaches send me up to make, what I got to see, like what I need to see fast, and being in the right position, and, just cleaning up some things. That's really it.
Gotcha. I mean, obviously, kind of walking me through like your whole routine there in the weight room. I mean, obviously, you kind of have like your own mindset as you're in there. Are there any like favorite lifts that you want to share, like, or any like personal like goals that you've been able to attain that you want to share?
Oh, a main goal with me, I've always been fast. I've always been explosive. And I remember my last year, my first year with the coaches, they used to always tell me, like you're already explosive, you're already fast. You need to work on your mobility. And I never really took it serious until it was just a playing in space. You need to be flexible and have mobility. So I learned that fast. And, I didn't really work on it that much after they told me this, because when they got there in January or December, but I didn't really meet them till January. COVID hit in a month, so I really didn't see them again ever till like June. So I was just doing my own thing, and who was it knocking on my? I was just doing my own thing, and yeah. So with that, I just worked on my mobility really hard this summer. Like my coaches always brag about it, and they always say like how hard I was working this summer just on that. Like I wasn't even worried about my speed or mobility or anything. I was really focused on just my mobility.
Gotcha. So I mean, obviously, focusing on all of those traits there that you feel are really going to help take you to that next level. I know you've had some great moments out there on the field. Are there a couple there during your tenure there at the UTSA that really stick out? I mean, is there maybe a couple plays that you can kind of walk us through?
I definitely in my Western Kentucky play, when I caught that pick, I mean, that was just, I wasn't even expecting him to throw it my way. Like it was just like, Like it was just like that was a long game. Like I think I played like 60 snaps that game, and I'm just like, woo. And it's just like, down by what I mean, we was up by like only like 6 points. So, they scored, they could have won. And it was like had to just go into another mindset, another gear. I think that's probably that was crazy. I ain't gonna that was a crazy experience for me to catch that pick.
Yeah, that was a very high scoring game. I mean, kind of back and forth. So definitely a fun game to watch for sure if anyone wants to turn that on. So I was going to ask you, Clarence, do you see yourself as a leader on that defense? I mean, what's your situation there whenever you're, are people looking at you as a leader of that defense or what?
I'm the type of guy where like, I always never believe that every good player has to be a leader. So, I always try to lead by example, like, so if I'm dishing out something, I'm going to be on my P's and Q's about that same thing. So, I look at myself as a leader by default, just being a good player, like, and leading by example as well. But I never really looked at myself as a leader in general. But I know for a fact, I'm going to give you everything I got. And I'm going to, try to lead by example. Not really I'm a very outspoken person, but like I just never ever like just been like the big leader type. I don't think that's for everybody.
No, and that's fair. I mean, sometimes it's not necessarily for you. Maybe it's another guy who's taking on that, and that's fine. I mean, obviously you got to go out there and make your plays, and that's what the
Yeah.
coach is asking you to do. So, um, uh, I do know that one of the things about you that maybe not a lot of people know is that you're actually a very active kid back in high school, playing several different sports. Basketball, track, and obviously some football. How do you feel those other sports really helped you as a football player? Really, like how do those things translate? You think?
I think the I think the basketball definitely like just made me more shiftier, just always moving side to side. I think because I some of my pass rushes they look like basketball moves, so like, and I know it translates to well as receivers because they really just do basketball moves. Like if you really look at them, like it's just basketball moves, and I think that's really what made me really like a better pass rusher, just like mimicking those things and then track. Um, the work I when I was running track, I really didn't notice like that triple jump was like a workout like that like a lot of pro athletes do. They not really triple jump, but just the workouts that lead up to triple jump, like just one legged hopping, working on single leg hopping, just a lot of things like that. And I was always doing that. And I just never noticed how it helped me a lot. And it definitely made me more explosive.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely making you more explosive. Kind of getting off the snap early. And making the play. I mean, obviously you've been doing that now for a while, really making tackles and collecting these sacks along the way. Um,
Yeah.
so I was going to ask you. Uh, obviously, I know that everybody loves this game of football, but if you have the opportunity to maybe change one thing about this game, if I had to say, Clarence, let's go ahead and reinvent this one sport. What comes to mind for you as maybe something you might change?
I'd say just let people be who they want to be. Like things like the taunting penalties and like the over celebration penalties. Like I just feel like that's like at the end of the day, football is entertainment. Like these fans, they pay all this money to to come to the games, to watch the games, and it's like the players got to be like robots. Like you can't do anything. So like I just feel like let players be who they want to be, let them dress how they want, but nothing crazy. Like team colors, nothing that just like look crazy or anything. But just like there's nothing wrong with people don't want to have their pants over their knees. There ain't nothing wrong with somebody want to have their undershirt hanging out. Like like it just things like that. Like that just don't really sit well with me because like it's like you kind of taken away from like I'm the one on this field every day, put my life on the line, and and I can't even like wear my pants over from on top of my knees. So like it just I don't really like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Obviously, you got some players like wearing their shirts up a little bit, maybe showing a
Yeah,
little bit of their gut. Like I mean, I totally get that, but also self-expression I think is important. I mean, these days, I mean, a lot of people are taking the opportunity to do that with like their cleats, and also like with their helmets. Like lately, you've been seeing a lot of people representing a little bit on their helmets, which is really nice. So I
yeah,
mean, having the opportunity to do that, I mean, I'm all for that as well. So, I think I don't know. Hopefully that the referees out there give you guys a little bit more opportunities to just have fun. So I mean, when you actually
yeah,
are making those plays, that I don't know. It seems very cheesy sometimes to just kind of
yeah,
get some flag for excessive celebration or something. Maybe I mean, I understand taunting to some degree. I get it. So
yeah.
anyhow, um, so let's chat about you outside of sports a little bit. Tell me a little bit about who Mr. Clarence Hicks, Mr. C9, as your buddies like to call you. Tell me a little bit about yourself that you feel is interesting, your hobbies, your interests. Go for it, man. Hit me with something.
Um, I say, well, I am from Florida, so I do love fishing. Um, I love fishing. I love going to the shore range. I love doing that. Um, I'm not a big gamer, but I do like playing Madden with just like teammates and stuff. Just what I'm saying, bonding, just and chilling. Um, what else about me that I say is very interesting? I love kids. I actually do. Like I used to work at a boys and girls club when I was in Kansas, at my JUCO, and like I love kids. I do love kids.
Nice. Well, I mean, obviously, hopefully you'll be able to take this opportunity and continue to do that as well. I was gonna think about some other like fun questions to ask. Uh, Favorite Halloween candy
Favorite Halloween candy.
we're a week off. So, uh,
Uh, uh I'll say maybe I used to be a big fan of Milky Ways, but I kind of fell off from those. I'll say ooh,
that's like the toughest question to date, I guess, right?
the toughest question of the day right there. Um, I had to just go with probably like a Reese's. I
Hey,
like
man,
Reese's.
nothing wrong with a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of peanut butter. I get it. What about let's say favorite movie? You got a favorite movie that you love? Whenever it comes on TV, you got to stop and watch it.
I'm a big Marvel person. Like
Okay.
I love, yeah. So I love. I say like any Marvel movie, like I gotta watch it. Like any Marvel movie.
All right. So since you said it, I got to ask. So like, if you could be anybody within the Marvel universe, um, what, who do you, who do you connect with the most? Who do you identify with the most?
I would say out of everybody, I always wanted to be either Magneto or I say I forgot his name, but like he was the blue dude. He the blue dude in on X-Men.
Thanos, or you said the blue dude? You
Yeah,
know,
he teleports.
oh, damn it, man. People are gonna, hate me for this, but I'm trying to remember the guy's name.
Him,
Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler. So that's who it is. So
yeah, him. I would say either him or Magneto, like either them two for sure.
interesting that you chose Magneto, and obviously, if people don't know already, your your social media there it says villain, and I'm like, I
Yeah,
don't know, I don't know how to take that, but I mean, if that's the persona he wants to go with, because
yeah,
when he goes out there on the field, like that's what you get out of him. All right, well, I get it. That's fine. Um, Hey, as we begin to wrap up, Clarence, I always try my best to ask this question to everybody. Give me your why. Like, why do you play this game of football? What motivates you the most?
um, just being able to change the world with it. You know, like I'm a big person on like helping people. Like I just love helping people. Like every time I see homeless people, you know, like I always try to get them something. You know, always, and you know, especially of course, my mom and my intermediate family. I just want to be able to take care of them. You know, because my mom done so much for me. You know, like never ever turn her back on me. And, you know, a lot of people take that for granted. You know, because like a lot of people don't, you know what I'm saying, some of their moms not in their life or dads, you know, so I just try to take appreciation of that. And, you know, mainly my mom. And I got a niece. I got a niece now. So, you know, I haven't met her yet, but that's another big motivation, you know. So yeah, mainly my family, that would motivate me a lot. Like, cause I know like I feel like even for them, like I would still love football, but I don't know if I, you know, work as hard as I do. But when I think about them, like I just gotta go. I just gotta go get it.
Gotcha. And very finally for you, give your pitch to all these teams in the NFL, all the 32 teams out there. Tell them why they need to know who Clarence Hicks is, and what kind of teammate you would be for their franchise if they took a chance on you.
A teammate, I would be a person who's not a locker room lawyer. I'll be a person who don't complain. You know, I don't complain about anything. I just whatever you ask, I do it. And I bring a lot to the table. You know, like it ain't really nowhere on the field that you can't put me. You know, like I can play anything, honestly. Anything in the box, outside the box, you know. And person that stay out of trouble, never in trouble. Um and very dependable, never late, you know, on time. And yeah, that's the main things.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously, what you're getting is a guy with a quick first step that's able to get to the ball carrier, and really, be a villain out there on the defense. Like, sorry, I had to go with it, but obviously, doing some great things there at UTSA. I mean, like we said, I mean, you guys are really balling out this year, having just some excellent games against different kind of competition too. Guys that are really, stretching you to your limit. I mean, whether it be against talent that they're throwing the ball a lot, or up against guys that are more run heavy. I mean, you guys are certainly being tested, and you guys are really coming through. So I do wish you best of luck this upcoming season, man. I think Roadrunner football is really happening, and a lot of people are going to be jumping on that bandwagon. So, Clarence, thanks again for this interview, man. I do wish you best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. Again, this is Clarence Hicks, Mr. C9 outside linebacker for UTSA. Definitely give him a look. Thanks.
Thank you.